Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel, and today a bit less serious video. We're going to be taking around our 2-star Loki around the contest and seeing what kind of mischief he's up to. So the first fight is going to be a duel against a 6-star rank 2 Aegon, and let's just check what happens. So we drop our level 1 here and woo-la-la, check at that Aegon go down. 13 hits, rank 2 6-star Aegon goes down by Loki. So what happened there? It's basic idea that Loki can buff steal, and unlike many other champions in the game, when Loki buff steals, he doesn't scale these buffs to his own stats. He steals them as they are on opponent, basically. So the stronger buffs on opponent, the more damage you can deal, or the more potent those buffs will be. As you can see here, this is another Aegon in Time After Time quest. And yeah, so basically at this point we stole his buff, so we immediately dealt like 40% of his his total health as a damage. Now we're gonna drop up a curse. A curse is even easier to deal with because every time Aegon would get a buff, we get it instead. So in this way we should be able to gain even more furies over here. So as you can see, he's gonna drop his level 2. Once again, we're getting in there. He's still cursed, so we got all of his buffs, and we're gonna finish it off with another level 3. So another 16.7k Aegon taken down by a poor old 2-star Loki. So yeah, I just find it extremely kind of interesting because even at a 2-star, he can actually take out some formidable foes. Obviously, it extremely depends who you are fighting, because Loki as a character basically is as good as the opponent he's facing. And we can see that Kamala Khan is another fantastic opponent for Loki, just because every time she throws a special attack, she has a chance to gain from 1 to 4 Furies, I believe, and we can steal them every time she throws her special attack. Now these Furies are not as potent as Aegon's one, so we're not going to see as kind of crazy damage output here, and it's going to take us a longer to take her down. I believe this fight will be around 100 hits or so, and you also need to kind of keep an eye on Kamala's power bar and make sure that she is in fact throwing her special attacks in time, and she can be stingy at times. As we can see here, she did not want to throw her level 2 for a while, but it's quite alright, just because with Mystic Dispersion Mastery and Loki's synergies here, we can get back up to level 3 fairly quickly, and we can see that our damage can ramp up fairly decently for a 2-star character. Even at 1 Fury stolen from Kamala Khan, he definitely hits quite alright. Not much to complain over there for. And yeah, so now we need to get our level 3 again quickly enough to grab that Fury off Kamala Khan once again. And as soon as we drop our level 3, we will have our damage output increased. Now you do need to have fairly decent sense of kind of like timing, and you need to be able to bait out special attacks from opponent in time. Otherwise you just waste that uptime of increased damage like I did just here. I only managed to land like 4 hits with my Furies up, which kind of sucks sometimes, but you still it is definitely fun and kind of interesting mini game to play in Marvel Contest of Champions, I suppose, to find characters that Loki can bully. Now, I have featured Loki in past as well on my channel, but just as a quick reminder that Loki's level 1 buff steals opponents all active buffs, and he also has a mechanic called Curse, and that basically while the Curse is active, you automatically gain all of the buffs opponent would instead. And additionally to that, you can refresh the Curse with your heavy attack or your level 1, or you can simply drop another level 3 to refresh the duration of the Curse. Unfortunately, the Curse does not last just quite long enough, but still, for most part, you can't keep it up. It is not the easiest kind of job in the world. You have to be quite on the ball with what you're doing, but while opponents are cursed, they are entirely yours. As we can see here, 101 hits, Kamala is at 2% health, and we just need to kind of like give her another smack and she goes down. 102 hits, still not a bad showing for a 2-star against like 14k Kamala. Now we're gonna go in for another duel, and this time we're gonna be dueling Medusa. Now against Medusa you can play in 2 different ways. You can play kind of like super aggressively and keep throwing your level 1s and consistently steal her Furies before she reaches 3 Furies with maxed out Mystic Dispersion. You can do that fairly easily. Or you can basically keep Medusa cursed, and then all of the Furies will be coming up on you automatically and she will not gain any. And since she never reaches Living Strands, since she never reaches 3 Furies, basically her Fury gaining mechanic will always be active, so you will consistently gain her Furies instead. So first things first, I am trying to bait out that level 1 before I drop my level 3, just because I don't want to bait out level 2 afterwards. And now we got one hit in, dash in the corner, shoot off our level 3, and from this point forward in the fight, all Medusa's Furies will be ours. And with that, we will be basically doing whatever we want in this fight, because at this point there is not much Medusa can do. She has no Fury, she can't auto block, it's basically just a regular fight. So now I have reached my level 3. Unfortunately the curse did expire because I went on a bit of a hitting spree there because I got lucky with the passive stun RNG. So I just need to reapply my curse with level 3 attack, and as soon as that's back up, all the Furies are starting to flow right back on us. And as we can see, that our damage output is definitely considerable for a 2-star character here. We're not doing all that bad whatsoever. I should probably be dropping more of my level 2 attacks though, because they can deal some nice amount of damage, but still better safe than sorry. At this point I threw a heavy attack to refresh the curse. We typically have somewhere in between 2 and 3 Furies active on us, which does give us quite a fair attack boost. Now this was a nice juicy level 3. Let's see how much damage it did. It did 4k level 3 for a 2-star. Not bad at all. And now next fight, let's check out who are we going to bully next. I believe it is going to be Captain Marvel movie. Yes. Now Captain Marvel movie, it's a bit trickier fight. Well, first of all, she has inherent weakness against Mystic champions, right? So every time we strike her block, she will be losing a fair chunk of power. In this case, 477 energy damage every time we strike her block. Additionally, she can get Furies, right? And we can steal those. So unfortunately here I pushed her into binary a bit too early. She was only at 3 Furies. Now our damage output has increased, but I did not manage to make the best use out of it. So this time I'm going to try to push her to 25 binaries once again and hopefully get her to activate 5 Furies, which I will steal from her shamelessly like a god of mischief should. So I do need to start hitting her block a bit more. Sometimes it's a bit tricky against Captain Marvel because her AI typically is quite aggressive. Additionally, there is absolutely nothing wrong in pushing her past 1 bar of power, because every time she drops her level 1, she gains 3 binary charges, which is exactly what we want to accomplish here. We want her to enter her binary state, gain those 5 Furies, and then steal them from her and use them to whack her in the head. So now another level 1, so she's at 20 binary charges. Just need 5 more, not too much left, and I'm at level 3. Perfect, I'm ready. So here I drop 5 hits in the block. She goes into binary, she gains the Furies. Immediately I drop my level 3. Now that will give me a lot of power because of Mystic Dispersion. Now I just need to bait out her level 1. And now let's drop that level 2 and drop that Captain Marvel. So not too bad from a Loki there. Decent damage on that level 2 for sure. And now we are going to be moving on to another fight. Now I will not be showing this fight in full, but this is just going to be to demonstrate how well Loki can bully King Groot, because we're going to steal everything he has, all of his heals, all of his Furies. Unfortunately, those Furies kind of suck and they don't give us too much of an attack increase, but it's still fun to mess with the guy, because under curse we will be getting his regen, we will be getting his Furies, also that cruelty buff which he got from Node. This was in Act 5 somewhere. And yeah, starting this point, basically he gets cursed, and that means there is not much he can do. The one important thing is that the curse is a debuff, so you do need to land it when he does not have any Furies active on him. But yeah, at this point we can just have our way with King Groot. Basically he can't regen, and yeah, so he's a 2-star character that can basically deal with this King Groot fairly effectively, regardless how big the King Groots are, because of the Fury Steel, you will be hitting harder the stronger the King Groot is. So in theory, 2-star Loki can basically take down any King Groot in the game. But for most part, that will be pretty much it for today's video. Nothing too serious today. I'm quite busy at work, so I can't actually record too much gameplay. I do want to make a Killmonger review and a couple other character reviews, but those will have to wait probably till next week. We'll see what's what. But yeah, guys. Anyways, let me know if you enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave a comment, drop a like, hit that sub button if you haven't already. Share it with your friends, share it with your alliance mates, ask them to sub. The bigger the channel, the more videos will come. Obviously, the more time I can invest in it. And yeah, guys, I hope you have a nice day, and I'm gonna catch you soon, guys. See ya.